In this video, we are going to go over the Ffion Davies vs MacKenzie Dern super fight at CJI. New Jiu-Jitsu fans might know MacKenzie Dern from the UFC, but back in the mid-2010s, she was a very dominant Jiu-Jitsu player, winning ADCC in 2015. Ffion, on the other hand, is the current best female grappler in the world right now, and before this match, she won ADCC 2022. So at one point in time, both of these athletes were the best in the world, and we're very lucky as fans that we are able to get this fight in 2024. The beginning of the match starts off with Ffion bullying MacKenzie against the slanted wall, and with her aggressiveness, she is able to take her down. And it might not seem like such a big deal early in the match, but it does set the pace for the rest of the round. We're going to skip to the 4-minute mark where we see it advances in position. MacKenzie has a hold of Ffion's right leg and she's trying to pull her hips on top of her own, but Ffion is keeping her weight back, and then she starts digging for the underhook on her right side. And once she's able to establish that, that's when she starts bringing her weight forward. Ffion is able to use this to break the grip on MacKenzie's left side, and then she extends the right side of her body, which creates a big opening on the left side of MacKenzie's body. This allows Ffion to start pummeling with her right leg, and eventually she's able to land into side control because of that. You can tell that Ffion has insane pressure from side control because MacKenzie has her elbows flared out, and ideally for the bottom player, you want inside position with your elbows. From here, Ffion is trying to isolate MacKenzie's left arm, but MacKenzie tries to use this opportunity to get an underhook, which forces Ffion to transition into side control on the other side. Ffion starts putting a ton of shoulder pressure to make MacKenzie turn to her right side, and that's when she starts going for mount. But while she's transitioning, MacKenzie is able to perform an elbow knee escape on her left side, and she's able to recover back into half guard from here. Ffion chooses to keep the head and arm grip that she already has, but this also allows MacKenzie to start working for her underhook on her left side. You can see that MacKenzie is scooting her hips to the left inch by inch, and eventually she's able to get her hips to face towards Ffion, which is going to make her underhook on her left side much stronger. Ffion still tries to go for a knee cut pass from here, but that underhook that I mentioned is giving her problems, and that allows MacKenzie to start getting to her side, and then she's able to recover her knee shield from here. Ffion starts working different passes from here, but MacKenzie is able to fend her off for a little while, but eventually we get to a point where Ffion is able to find an opening. While MacKenzie is trying to get her hips to face Ffion, Ffion performs a beautiful flying knee cut pass, and she's able to land in side control from there. If we look at this pass in slow motion, while MacKenzie is turning her hips towards Ffion, she puts her right hand right by MacKenzie's left hip side, and she finds the perfect angle to slide right through MacKenzie's guard without any sort of resistance. And even though Ffion didn't have a full underhook on her right side, it was good enough to prevent MacKenzie from getting her own underhook, which is why this pass was successful. Ffion also emphasizes pulling MacKenzie's right elbow up, and that forces MacKenzie to stay flat on her back instead of getting to her side. From side control, Ffion is able to staple MacKenzie's right arm to the ground, and then she starts isolating MacKenzie's left arm. Before Ffion can lock up the Americana, MacKenzie explodes into a powerful bridge to start turning to her side, and she is able to get her hips facing downward. Before MacKenzie can get into full turtle position, Ffion switches her grips to the over-under from the back, and she is the one that initiates this small hook on her right ankle on MacKenzie's left calf, but that actually prevents her from getting to the back. She has to restart the position, and to solve this problem, she drops her left shoulder to the ground, and that gives her clearance to bring her right leg out and start attacking the back. She starts flattening out MacKenzie, and she's in a great position to start attacking for the rear naked choke. But there's only 15 seconds left on the clock, and there isn't enough time to finish the submission. A very dominant first round by Ffion, and towards the end she was close to a submission. Because of that, all three judges scored the round 10-8 for Ffion. Now we're in the beginning of round number 2, and while MacKenzie is able to get a collar tie on her left side, Ffion uses her right hand to feed MacKenzie's left arm to her left hand. This allows Ffion to shuck the arm and land into a Russian tie position. MacKenzie tries to defend by framing against Ffion, but Ffion uses that to transition to a standing head and arm grip, and she's able to hip toss MacKenzie to the ground. MacKenzie tries to use her free underhook on her left side to get back up, but Ffion anticipates this, and then she brings her hips higher than MacKenzie's, and she's able to take the back from here. And it looks like for a second that MacKenzie is going to escape through the back door, but a very small mistake that MacKenzie makes in this position is that she pulls her right arm out from inside position, and because of that, Ffion is able to lock up a reverse triangle on her. Ffion adjusts her body from being inverted to being on her side. That allows her to isolate MacKenzie's left arm, and that forces MacKenzie to roll through because of the armbar attempt. From here, it's all about finding the right angle for both athletes. MacKenzie is trying everything in her power to escape the armbar situation, and Ffion is doing a really good job of following the tension of MacKenzie's arm. And eventually MacKenzie's elbow does land by Fion's left hip, and Ffion is able to finish the match with a modified Americana from here. Overall, it was a really beautiful match from both athletes. What was really impressive about this match is that MacKenzie Dern didn't even look bad. It's just that Ffion looked really good in this match. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the breakdown, and I will see you in the next video.